guys, it's Em. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you guys what I've been recently reading, so today we are going over what I have read in February and March. Let's get to it. To kick off February, I read The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I really liked this book. I actually listened to it via audiobook and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I do not have the next book in the series, but that is on my to-get list. So hopefully in the very near future, because I'm very excited to see what happens next. The next book I read was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I had not even read this series at all. This is my first time reading it and I loved it. Oh my gosh, I love the character of Laura Jean. I think I connect with her a little bit on a very personal level. We both are very crafty, love baking, and very just an old soul. You know, I am also a grandma at heart. After that, I started another series, and that is the Caravelle series by Stephanie Garber. I really enjoyed this. I read it in a day. I was hesitant to start the next book because one, I wanted it to last. Two, I was kind of eager to continue the All the Boys series, so I kind of put a pause on it, but you will be seeing the next couple books in the next couple videos. After Caravelle, I began reading Hold Still by Nina LaCour. Okay, I cannot get over Nina LaCour's writing. I loved this book. I thought it was so fascinating. I immediately went and bought her other book, We're Okay, and I love the art that is on this cover. I mean, there's something about it that's very aesthetically pleasing. I am going through sort of like a pink phase right now where I really love the color pink. So maybe that's why I picked this book. I did pick this book because of the cover, and then when I read the back, I was just that much more intrigued to read this book. So that was the first book I read in February. To finish off February, I read the second book of the To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. I loved this book again, just like I loved the first book. This was a really great way to close off February, so. Organizing to books. For March, I started off the month with a reread of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I am listening to it on audiobook. I absolutely love the audiobooks, and I will be starting the next book, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, in April. Next, I finished off the To All the Boys series and completed the trilogy by reading Always and Forever Laura Jean by Jenny Han. Great way to end a series. I absolutely loved it. I can't believe I have not read this series before this year, 2020. I am almost 20 years old and I still haven't read these, and oh, what a mistake that was. I'm so glad I read this series. After To All the Boys, I started reading Where'd You Go Bernadette by Maria Semple. This was our March book club book and I read it in about a week. It took me a little while to get into the style of writing. It's written through letters, emails, conversations between Bernadette and other people. Took me a hot minute, but I did love the style after I got used to it, and I did love the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but if you get a chance to read Where'd You Go Bernadette, I highly recommend it. Next, I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I read this in about a day. This is another one of those books that I was like, why didn't I read this years ago? I did really enjoy it. It was a very easy read, a very nice read to get out of book slumps, and I would also highly recommend this. March was the month of rereads, so naturally I had to read my guilty pleasure book, which was Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. I haven't read Twilight in a really long time. I think the last time I read the series was in middle school. As I was reading it this time, I definitely had a different perspective. I still enjoy the book. It's a really fast read for me. I don't have to think really hard with this book, which I appreciate. So yeah, we reread our favorite guilty pleasure book. To finish off the month of March, I am doing another reread, and I'm almost done with it. Cassandra Clare's City of Bones from the Mortal Instruments series. When the last few books came out, I was old enough to pre-order them for myself, and boy, I was on that train. When I heard that City of Heavenly Fire was coming out, I wanted to cry. I think I was in like 8th grade. Ugh, So I'm doing a reread, and I feel like I'm in middle school again, and it's a lot of fun. Okay guys, April is just around the corner, and you know what that means? A new book for our book club. We are reading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I did announce this in my last video, but I just wanted to let you guys know once more that this is still what we are reading, and I am very excited to read it, and I hope you guys will join our book club and read with us. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button. Also, feel free to put in the comments books that you are currently reading or think that I should be reading. I am always looking for new books. I look forward to reading with y'all.